Hi guys, I'm sitting here in our garden and it's so pleasant. Everything is alive, it's getting greener and greener every day. The birds are singing, there are bees buzzing everywhere around me, so it's amazing. But there are almost no veggies on our garden beds, at least here in Central Europe. This time of the year it's quite empty. And at the same time, our bodies crave some natural nutrients after winter, right? So I was thinking I could share with you some plants, wild plants, that we eat this time of the year instead of traditional veggies. Most of them we have here in our garden, but the majority you can find in forests. If you like foraging, you can find them in big amounts. I will show you older and newer footage, since we have eaten a lot of them for many years. So let's start. Number one would definitely be wild garlic. You can see it here. It's already in bloom, so it's too late now. The leaves are better or healthier before the plant starts blooming. But you can also pick a few leaves here and there, even when it's flowering. You can easily recognize the plant by its pungent smell. You can totally smell garlic. So if the smell is not there, then be very careful. The smell always has to be there, and when you smell it, you would know it's totally garlic. There are huge amounts of wild garlic on this side and on this side. It's everywhere and it's in bloom. We've never seen such huge amounts. So these are the leaves and you can eat them, and they are very garlicky. We have a few of them in our garden and we would like to have such huge amounts. That would be cool. Yum. Number two would be something similar. It's wild chives. At least I call them chives. It's here in this corner. That's why I'm in this very weird position. But I wanted to be close to these chives. So it's again something from the allium family, similar to wild garlics, but the appearance is completely different. There are little bulbs, little onions underground, but they are tiny, so I feel like they are not worth picking, the onions. Some people do that, but this is totally the best for the green parts, for the chives. And the stalks are hollow, and there is again this pungent smell. You have to know immediately that it's chives. There shouldn't be any doubt about it, just by the smell. Of course, normal chives are better and juicier, but this is a nice substitute because these ones appear earlier in the year than normal chives. So always it's the time when you are looking forward to something. So this is a good something to have early in the spring. There are wild chives here. These are the first ones in spring you can eat, so that's interesting. Officially, I think it's some kind of wild garlic, like botanically speaking, but these are totally chives. They are very thin, so maybe in a week or so it would be better. But I was so looking forward to this, so we are here now. Number three would be something that we have discovered very recently, and it's leaves of linden trees. There are these trees called linden that grow here quite often, and the tiny fresh green leaves that appear right at the beginning of spring, they are so good. You can eat them and they taste similar to lettuce, I would say. So there is no bitter aftertaste, no anything. They are not as crunchy as lettuce, but still it's a great discovery. So let's take a look. We are on a walk and we found dinner. There are a lot of these linden trees. They are quite common here in the Czech Republic, and it's spring now, so the leaves are appearing and they are very green and young. Look here, and you can eat them. So we decided we are going to make salad and put these leaves into it. We don't want to damage the trees, but look, there is this area with these, they are called suckers. So it's not the main tree, but just these branches that are here on the ground. They are not wanted. So that's why we can pick quite a lot of these leaves and it will be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, you can only eat these leaves when they are very young. Then it's hard to chew and everything. You don't eat leaves of trees. So only now in spring when they are just appearing very, very young and soft, and then it's great. We have quite nice amount, not huge, but it's nice. This won't be the main part of the salad. We will add spinach. Number 4 are tips of various conifer trees. These ones are not ready yet. It's not their time. So later, maybe in a few weeks, these fresh green tips will appear and they are so good. Of course, you can't eat just any conifer trees. Usually common spruce, fir and large trees are okay to eat, and the taste is quite interesting, so let's take a look. Guys, did you know you can eat conifer trees? I certainly didn't. But last year I discovered it's possible. There are these tips in spring, very fresh and very green, and you can eat them. So this year, for the first time, I tried it here in our garden, and they are very amazing. It's an interesting taste. You can taste lemon-like flavor, so that's very interesting. And they are super healthy. There are phytonutrients and everything. It's better than greens from your garden. So yeah, but you can't eat, of course, many of them. You can, but you know, in moderate amounts, not to destroy the tree.
Oh yeah.
So there are new gains. So just here and there.
It's basically a different type of pruning.
It is. So this is a spruce tree, and yeah, from spruce trees, I think they are the best. We also tried large trees, and they are very lemony too. So directly from nature to my mouth. So from what we know, spruce, larch and fir trees are okay to eat and yummy. Not sure about others, so you have to know what you are doing. I sometimes even put them on my bread instead of other greens, and it's very good. Number 5 would be various spring flowers. Usually they are tiny. My favorite are violets, simple violets. They are here everywhere around me, but they are so tiny, I'm not sure you can see them. And the taste of violets is so good, it's so sweet. Maybe it's mostly the scent, the pleasant scent of violets, but the taste to me is very similar. So you can add them, for example, to your breakfast oatmeal, to something that is on the sweeter side, and they also look pretty in the meal. And I read on the internet that you can also eat leaves. You can put them into salads and stuff like that, but I don't know about that.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next year. You can also eat, for example, daisies. these little ones that are here, but the taste of these ones is quite bland and nothing to write home about. But again, they can look very pretty, for example on various cakes, so that's also an advantage. Here we have a lot of mint. Mint is quite well known and you probably have it in your garden. If not, go ahead and plant it. It's very nice and we use it for drinking purposes. You know, there is this mint water that we drink very often. I put it here just to demonstrate. It's here in my mug. Very fresh and very yummy. So it's just mint in water, and the longer you keep it there, the better the taste is. So you just add water as you drink it, and on day 1 it's quite bland, then it's better on day 2, and this here in the jar is day 3 and it's amazing. It tastes so good and fresh, very nice. And you can also make tea of it. So you just put it in your mug and pour hot water over it, let it steep for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, then it's quite strong, the tea, and voila, you have a very nice fresh tea. You can also eat chive flowers, you know, the vibrant purple ones, and they are so good. They taste similar to chives or similar to green onions, and it looks very pretty when you put it on your bread or somewhere, so that is also a nice addition. They haven't appeared yet, so their time will still come, but I'm already looking forward to it. I always wait for this moment every year because they are delicious. And they look pretty, so that's a bonus. So it's not a problem when the chives start to blossom, because you can use the flowers. And of course there are many more plants that you can eat, various weeds, or here we have nettles, for example. You can eat dandelions, the flowers and the leaves as well, but for me those are like level B, so on a lower level, because the taste is not that great. Nettles can burn you, so it's hard to work with them. When you touch them, they irritate your skin and it's quite unpleasant. Dandelions, for me, are quite bitter, even though the very young leaves should be better, but why bother when there are so many more better plants? And I think that's it for the video. Tell me your experience with various wild early spring flowers, if you enjoy the taste and what would you recommend. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, it helps this channel, and hopefully I will see you in another video here. So until then, bye!